Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to game 16 of King of the Hill. I wasn't sure we were going to do another one today, but we are, and it's going to be Conewolf going up against Giant Midget, as you can see there, and we are just loading into the lobby. There we go. Alright, excellent, we are loaded in, and I am joined today for this wonderful cast by David E. Stevenson and Vengeance on Stats. How are you doing, guys? I don't know if Vengeance can talk. How are you doing, David?
I don't think it can. Very good.
You're doing very good. So, for anybody who's tuning in for the previous game, what do you make of that immediate first ban Meepo?
It's not inappropriate. Giant Midget is an excellent Meepo player and carried his team very well in the last game. I just want to say that I'm really excited about this game. I think it's one of the more even matchups that we've had in a while. I'm really excited to see how this game works out.
I didn't really have a look at the teams. Let's have a look. So we've got Cone, Ray. So we've basically got Wave, Riptide, and Scenarius up against.
There are worse stand-ins.
There are worse stand-ins. He's our go-to stand-in.
As you and I both know.
Versus True. Ooh, interesting. I do like the look of this one. I was fiddling with stuff the whole way through the draft, so I wasn't really seeing the player draft. That is. So yeah, the Meepos are and the Invoker obviously another big. This time a Scenarius counter coming out from True.
Yep.
He'll be asking the team what to ban. I do like that about True. He does that when he captains. But with this Meepo ban, do you really think first ban? Would you have done it there?
Absolutely.
You would.
Why not?
Well, I mean, he's okay. I'm going to say he's a fairly counterable hero. We had Earthshaker in the previous game.
You
and
had
still lost.
Every counter, theoretically.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Fair play. It's a target ban, not a meta ban. So I shouldn't expect it to behave in that manner.
It's an elusive one.
That was also a very long time for the second ban. We're down to 1 minute 14 of reserve time and that's what it cost us to get to that Vengeful Spirit ban. Probably planning out the strategy rather than anything else.
Psionic, Scenarius? I don't think Juggernaut.
Well, I mean, True doesn't know the Riptide guys or the Romania guys very well. So, I mean, I think Juggernaut's a fair ban. Very good hero in the meta right now.
Very strong hero, no denying.
I
like the Lion opener.
I was going to say, I heard, I didn't check, I should have checked, but I heard that he was the most played hero at the Dota Region 2 Championships. Do you know if that's true?
It was true, by far.
By far. You want to explain that? Because I didn't watch as much of the DAC as I should, so maybe I should hand this one over to you. Why all the Lion love?
As the meta has shifted from pushing strategies towards late game strategies, being able to have squishy but elusive late game damage dealers is the most effective way to do that. Clinks, Ember Spirit, even heroes like Juggernaut depend on being able to get in and out when they supposedly shouldn't be able to live. And no one's better at punishing that type of behavior than Lion.
Is this going to be Lion Ags, do you think?
I don't think so. I think this will be a position for Lion who probably goes Tranquils, Blink, Force Staff, maybe Drums or a Mechanism.
And then Ags? I mean, I admit I'm kind of looking forward to seeing the Lion Ags.
Why not? Lion Ags is definitely the Ags upgrade that has the highest ratio of entertainment to efficacy.
It's very true. It's very true. It's also, I think, realistically, I'm not saying Lion Ags is better than certain other Ags. Treant Ags, for example, now can do some very interesting things, but it's the biggest upgrade from a fairly simple nuke to potentially,
it's just so hard to use. So hard to use to any real effect.
Magnus or Darkseer.
If you're running Magnus or Darkseer to set up your Agonist Lion, yes, you're right. Go for it.
That would be a
who knows?
So we see Skywrath and Shadow Fiend picked up by Giant Midget there. Both very powerful heroes. I gotta say, I like the immediate sniper pickup from Riptide. It is effectively Riptide, so I'm just gonna call them that. Great at denying CS to that Shadow Fiend.
I won't name any names, but it's funny because two people who are in opposite teams in an influential position had a conversation in an earlier draft discussing this very matchup, where one person insisted that Shadow Fiend be banned, and they said why, and they said, well, no one can beat Shadow Fiend in lane. No one can out-CS him. And then the other person said, Sniper can, and he said, it's debatable.
I mean, no one can outlast it. Shadow Fiend in lane? I don't think that. Not at all. I mean, sure, maybe if the contest...
CS isn't quite outlasted, but...
Okay, but I mean, you know, there's different ways to do it. You could get a hero like Huskar who just played right and just go in and kill him. Interesting. But anyway, Sniper one way or another are definitely high on the list of heroes who have a good chance of keeping that CS away from Shadow Fiend.
Can I somewhat self-indulgently point out that the Veno seems to have entered our own little private meta?
The wave meta. It's true. It seems to have. Bristleback Troll has as well, but that's mainly been mainly today, in fact. Troll's been wrecking face.
He was big at D2AC, I mean DAC, of course. I mean, he's a meta pick. But
absolutely.
Conewolf was a major champion of Troll before he ever became big in the meta.
That is true. That is very true as well. What do you think about the Faceless Void ban, though?
I think it makes sense for the Sniper. One of the better heroes against one of the better heroes to counter Sniper. If he doesn't have sufficient backup, Sniper, even if he builds a butterfly, has no real chance of surviving a Chronosphere.
That is true. That's very true. Also, of course, great combo with the Skyrath Mage. I mean, was it TI3?
Terrible combo with the Skyrath Mage.
Was it TI3? When
yes,
everybody
TI3. And it had a 40% win rate in TI3.
Everything.
It was never good.
It was just Faceless Void Skyrath Mage.
It was so bad.
5 seconds.
No audio, says Umag. Let me just check this. Sorry, he's testing the stream for me. Give me one moment. To that Shadow Fiend.
I won't name any names, but it's funny because
I can hear it. Give me 1 second. Can you talk about the next couple of bands? I'm just gonna check with Umag, make sure it's his stuff that's going wrong. Davey, push to talk, bro.
How about that? Does that sound better?
There you go.
Alright, we got
talk
a
us through.
pick out here from Mental Noob Blorbs. Another great gap closer against that Sniper, and they really need all the cheap lockdown that they can find. Things like cogs to interrupt TPs, keep people in place, because their supports are not going to bring it, and neither does Shadow Fiend. Clockwork is also very tanky, especially in the early game, and will benefit some from that Dazzle. Otherwise, their team's pretty squishy, especially against a lot of stuns from the Lion and a big initiation from Tide Hunter. I think Clockwork here is pretty good, but they're going to need more than this. They need AoE, although there's a Shadow Fiend will bring it some, and they're doing the right thing, which is focus the Sniper. Anytime you're trying to draft against a Sniper, just
push to talk, push to talk, push to talk. Anytime you're trying to draft against the Sniper,
you need to focus on killing the Sniper, because he will do a huge amount of his team's damage, and taking him out quickly, which is often fairly easy if you can get a hold of him, is absolutely worth it.
I got to say, I really like the Clockwork pickup. I think it gives them the kind of thing that the Riptide guys were trying to block out with the Faceless Void pick, which is a great setup for Shadow Fiend to just start doing horrific things. But I don't normally have a huge amount of love for the Clockwork, but I got him in an all random recently. I don't know if you were in that game and loved it.
I was.
Had so much fun. Didn't win.
I think Clockwork's getting better. I think he is growing in the meta.
It works with what they've got beautifully. You know, because the great thing about Clockwork is once you've got that Ags, you can do a similar kind of Void style initiation, maybe not quite as big, but you can do it every 12 seconds.
I think that Riptide should draft OD, because he is the only hero that can save Sniper when Clockwork goes on him, left in the pool.
Shadow Demon, but that wouldn't work, yeah.
Yeah, other than Shadow Demon. I mean, if they want to do Shadow Demon, they can.
They could do Shadow Demon and a carry silencer.
They can. I wouldn't suggest it, but they can. I think those are their two options.
I mean, Sniper can go full stuff.
I like Force Staff on a lot of heroes. I don't think it'd be that bad on Sniper if he was a position 3 Sniper, but not as a position 1 Sniper. Certainly not and he'll probably be position 2.
What about just for the purposes of getting away from the clock, though?
It's definitely worth it, but might as well build on the Lion and have the Lion trail the Sniper in that case.
Yeah,
or the Silencer.
I can see that. The Earthshaker ban, though, coming out from
another hero that can help
Mental
save Sniper
Noob
in the cogs. I follow the logic.
10 seconds to go.
Earthshaker's also really big in wave meta. Really. He's always been big in wave meta, and he's definitely there now.
That is true. That is very, very true. Oh man, I love that hero. And you know how rarely I say that about a like dedicated support.
Everyone in the wave
God.
loves Earthshaker. Everyone just loves him.
He's-
People like playing him. People like drafting him. People like playing with him. People like Earthshakers.
He's such a guy. My
He's
gosh.
kind of in that position that Jakiro held in the wave meta. I mean, usually it's those two supports kind of go back and forth in varying levels of popularity. Jakiro's a little
Depending
bit lower
on whether
right
it's
now.
a push or a team fight meta.
Yep. Defensive teams will typically prefer the Earthshaker. Defensive teams will prefer the Jakiro. That's how wave do.
That's how we wave do. Long time, and I mean, admittedly, they haven't been frittering away their reserve time, but a long
They have all the
time
time in the
being
world.
taken to choose up what I assume is going to be their safe lane carry here for Mental Noob Lords. What would you go for?
Probably a Wraith King. The Silencer and the Lion will have some mana drain, so it depends on how much they're going to rely on him. I think they're really relying on the Shadow Fiend to be their carry, because True's going to be playing it. This is probably going to be Giant's hero here. He wants an initiator. He wants someone that he doesn't mind too much if he dies. He wants someone that has some type of lockdown. He wants someone really tanky.
So
You
could
could
go
go for
Sven.
like a Centaur, but
10
that was
seconds to go.
I don't.
That was last game, man. That was
was
last
last
game.
game.
He's 5 seconds left though.
Sven, I don't know is going to be tanky enough. Although they do have the Dazzle.
Lycan.
Lycan.
Interesting. I'm not sure it's what they need. But it has. But it has the Lycan Dazzle combo.
They have the Lycan Dazzle combo, and I think that this is the Dire expecting to outplay their opponents, because if they can outplay them, this
The
will
Dire.
really cement the Radiant. Sorry,
Yep.
the Radiant can outplay their opponents, because if they can get off to a strong lead, then they will snowball out of control.
It's quite a lot of lockdown though for a
10
Lycan, and
seconds
quite a lot of
to
ranged
go.
damage. You know, kite ability for a hero who's actually pretty
5
damn squishy.
Well, you have to remember that Lycan cannot be slowed.
He
So,
can't, but he can be stunned.
Sniper headshot won't have
Reserve
any
time.
effect on him.
Sniper headshot, nothing. But Lion, Tide. All I'm
Yeah,
saying
Lion
is,
and Tide are good.
Radiant are going to have to make sure that they get the Clockwork and the Lycan in at around about roughly the same time. Or go in first with the Clockwork, run a big distraction.
Or play Lycan
then
and
have
Shadow
Lycan.
Fiend as more
10
split pushers,
seconds
and
to
don't
go.
expect a team fight aggressively as much.
I don't like the idea of Shadow Fiend
5
as a split pusher. I'm not saying he
seconds.
couldn't do it. He's great wave clearance. Just it's not what he's for, you know.
Vengeance has pointed
The
out that.
greed.
I think that was the right decision. I don't know if Morphling was the right hero, but once they picked Lycan, it's like, okay. Anytime in this
Full
meta,
scale.
anytime anyone gives you the opportunity to lightly outscale your opponent, you always do it. Always say, I'll just be a little greedier than you. Just a little greedier. Always do it, every time.
Words of
That's
wisdom,
this meta.
straight from the David E. Stevenson.
Vengeance has also wanted us to point out that Lycan no longer gets HP increases from his ult. That was 6.80, I believe. 6.81 maybe. So his ability to be a tank, even though he's a strength carry, is really quite minimal. He's not squishy per se, but he's not particularly tanky.
Absolutely, especially with that whole 1.5 seconds transformation time as well.
Indeed.
You want to introduce one of the teams here, Deb?
I would very happily introduce teams. I will introduce the Radiant team. So for the Radiant, first of all, starting on in the off lane on the Titan Hunter is going to be Conewolf, the
Dire.
captain.
The Dire. But anyway,
The
yes,
Dire,
carry on.
yes. Oh, sorry.
That's alright.
I've got confused that twice already. Going to be supporting in this tri-lane is going to be Ray on the Lion, taking the south route to the top road. Safe lane carry will be Psionic Lord on the Morphling. And then also supporting in that tri-lane will be Haloon on the Silencer. So we have an all Riptide tri-lane. They're going to find this Clockwork. I'll turn it over to you.
Well, I think Clockwork's just going to turn around and run out here. Unless he makes a huge mistake here and runs back in range of that Lion, he should always be able to walk away, especially
I
with
think it'll
Cox.
be okay. Alright, so then we have, rounding it off, we have Cenarius on the mid-sniper.
Let's have a quick look at that. Scenario's on the mid-sniper there. Just going to grab top rune, bot
Let's
rune
get
going
this
down on
farce
contested to
over
the
with.
Lycan, which will be great for Gim. And introducing the Radiant side, we have got Clockwork, going to be played by Giant Midget, who was slightly annoyed at how long the first game of today went on for, while his team's still losing, hence the interesting and colourful nomenclature. On the Shadow Fiend heading mid, loving the Arcana, is I True God. We have got Skywrath Mage, going to be played by Axe, supporting in the safe lane. Lycan going to be played by Gimli, carrying, and finally Dazzle, currently looking to maybe mess around on mid. No, not going to mess around on mid, and that's going to be played by Metamorphosis. Loving that early howl. Did you see what that was for? What that was for?
Just at the one of the first mid lane engage. A couple harasses. Sniper put a shrapnel down. Some last hitting.
Make sure True can get those early souls.
I think one thing that I see, newer players sometimes miss out on liking is that you don't have to howl in the laning phase when something happens. If you aren't using your mana, you kind of want to howl every chance you get because it makes it easier to last hit and harass everywhere else all the time. It's just a great way to play it. It's kind of a more passive buff if you have the mana to support it.
I can see that. Pick up a CM or something as well.
You don't have to use it.
Giant Midget dropping some very strange cogs here, and he's not going to have them off cooldown. Up on top lane, Ray gets the first stun.
Should be dead.
Doesn't have level 2 yet, no Hex. Psionic Lord waveforms up, couple more right clicks, he needs one more.
One more for the south.
Doesn't get it.
4 health. 4 health. Exactly 4 health.
Well, that's well played Clockwork. I mean, after the little mess up with the cogs that maybe got him into that mess in the first place, Dazzle going on mid, taking a lot of harass now from Cenarius.
If he had a couple more levels up, even in just the range.
I think what they're actually gonna run a dual mid, just to make sure that Shadow Fiend has no problems getting these souls. Although it doesn't seem to be helping overly much.
They can stack for him with the Dazzle, although I don't see any yet. Oh, there's one here.
And he didn't on that last minute mark. But C'est la vie down on the bot lane, Tide taking a decent amount of harass. I gotta say, Lycan I think offers a decent way to harass the Tide, because those wolves will just keep right clicking if you can micro them properly to avoid anchor smash.
Yeah, but with anchor smash, everyone should be doing so little damage it doesn't matter.
No, but you can avoid it if you micro it right, and then you've got the kind of damage. It's not like DOT, which Tide will just debuff. If you can micro it right, big question.
I can see it. I'm surprised they didn't go for the Slark. Like Slark would have given them a lot of the things that they want. And be a little greedier than the Lycan, and be a lot better in lane against Tide.
Psionic Lord losing some mana each time these cogs are dropped. And that's a great use for him. He doesn't have enough for waveform right now. And he would have done. Yeah. And they could have maybe got some damage down.
Scared. He's not approaching the river to CS. Never crosses that line.
Meta getting these stacks off. Almost level 2. On the jungle Dazzle.
They want to go on this Clockwork, but they need to pull first. This is a mistake.
But it's that horrible feeling where you want to go for the kill and you go in and you just miss the opportunity that you'd seen. Okay, but you still want to go for it. So you're hanging around, but it's just getting worse and worse and worse. Discipline. Discipline wins Dota.
Go gank mid. Don't stand there and look at the offlane. Doesn't help anybody.
I'd be loving seeing some big pulls. I mean, Clockwork, very ult dependent.
Engage in middle.
Oh, wow, went too far there. And it's Cenarius, I think, who's actually brought lower by that. Should probably have a look at the builds on these. So True's got a wand coming back out to him as well as his refilled bottle once the courier gets back to base. Cenarius going for the Aquila. And no bottle out on him, so I think...
Range support illusion runes, the worst thing.
Especially Dazzle, that early damage. It's probably still not very significant, but... And Tide with no mana, down on bot lane. And that's not a nice place to be as a Tide. Then you're just a big lump.
He's gone for, I think, an inefficient build with his Stout Shield and 2 points in Kraken Shell.
Yeah, I like it. Yep, very good point. What's the number? Stout Shield works if you only get 1 point in Kraken Shell.
One point in Kraken Shell.
Yeah, and then you go Gush, 2 in Anchor Smash, and etc. etc. Although, I mean, dual blocks, interaction on mid, but we've got a TP coming in from Lion here to try and defend the sniper. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch an Earth Spike.
They can catch him. Yeah, he
maybe with the shrapnel slow, but didn't quite make it.
Should have kept walking because he was faster than the Dazzle in that shrapnel.
I think he could have got it. I definitely think he could have got it. So this is actually pretty... Wow, this is really standard farming. Look at that. The top 2 are the position 1s. The bottom 2 are the position 2s. The next 2 are the position 3s. This is classic Dota. And note as well that the Radiant are ahead in every position.
It is a slight last-hitting lead for the Radiant on the board, but I still feel like Dire is fine with this. They're much greedier.
Oh, sure, yeah. If Dire don't win early... They are in serious trouble.
I think you switch your die on your Radiant, but I've done that like 12 times today, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Quite possibly. Oh, that's why Meta wasn't stacking that camp, because it started off with mud golems. And you never really want to stack mud golems. You just want them destroyed. That
he
actually...
has stacked the Mud Golem camp to the north, though.
He has. He has. No, that's the one I meant, but he didn't stack it at the minute 2. And he didn't stack the bottom one either on that minute. And I think it was just because he wanted to stack the top one, but then he walked up and discovered it was golems.
Got it.
And was like, ah.
Gonna get another stack off here, I hope. Oh, you messed the stack.
Nope, it's getting to that tricky point. You'd need to be a Darkseer, really, I think, to do it reliably
Well,
right
plus,
now.
I think he turned back in accidentally.
Beating the average timing of
Vlad
942.
I mean, it's a pretty good Vlad's timing, but again, what is he gonna do with it? Like, now all that happens is his lane will push.
He Roches.
And he's still denying creeps. He needs a medallion and he needs a lot more to do Roche. Lycan's early Roche 6 minute into the game is not as good as people seem to think it is.
Micro on the wall.
Lion TV'd back to mid, but in a purely defensive position for the sniper. This is good. The Shadowfiend's going to get a lot of stacks off this. So Radiant Farm is about to explode because Lycan got his Vlad's. Shadowfiend's going to take his stacks.
I'm interested now to see whether this Skywrath mage starts roaming. As you said, Lycan's got his Vlads now, got a lot of sustain, especially if it's just Tidehunter he's got to worry about. As long as they keep the wards up.
Skywrath mage should sit in lane and farm, and Lycan should go to the jungle. That's like the whole point of Lycan.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see that. I mean, they do have good ganking opportunities. I mean, Sniper's not a hero you want to be getting a huge amount of farm.
But look at his lane. Look at the swarm of bodies surrounding that Sniper. He is not alone.
And they're not going to let it go. Oh, the raises. The right clicks and raises. My gosh, Shadowfiend is a scary hero.
Man, this is the thing. You maybe you can outlast hit the Shadowfiend. Maybe you can, but you definitely can't.
Oh, Gimli's going for it. Does not have the.
Gonna be hard.
I'm watching the Wolf micro. He gets a first one off well.
Yeah,
second one's going to die regardless. First one dies.
Yeah, he's dead.
And Howloon spots him out.
Go on him. Go on him.
Silenced, stunned. Meta won't. Gimli won't die. He can pop his ult and get out. As long as he doesn't try and kill the Howloon. Run away, Gimli! Did Conewolf have? No, Conewolf does not have Ravage. I almost think it would have been worth popping it there.
When you're playing Sniper, you always want to lead. I mean, Silencer. You want to lead with Curse of. I mean, with Last Word. If he had done that, then the Lycan would have been silenced. He would have been unable to pop his ult, and he would have died.
Shabam, you heard it here first, folks. It did rotate a lot of the Dire heroes down though, and no first blood down. Guardian Scenarios doing a great job on these last hits.
Take a quick look at the net worth chart, Rumble.
Let's have a quick look at this. Wow, massive. They were ahead the whole game, but a massive skyrocket there for DNL. You reckon the XP graph will reflect the same thing? Yes, it does. Huge, huge peak. How much of that do you reckon is vested on Shadowfiend? What level is he compared to the rest of the team?
It all happened when that big boost is when Shadowfiend took his stacks.
I mean, he's the XP though. He's level 8. So is Sniper. I'm a little bit confused as to why they got such a big lead there.
Because Meta has been splitting levels with the Shadowfiend.
Right, yes, of course. Derp-de-derp, derp, 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 derp. Interesting play. Clockwork leaving top lane, just heading back, I think, for mana now that he's got 6, I assume? Yep, 6 and a whole load of items waiting for him in stash. Oh, it's like Christmas, look at that. Boots, bottle, bracer, and portal, all the bees.
Look at Shadowfiend's current gold.
There's the Midas. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. That'll come straight out. I mean, they need it, as you said. Dire scale better. And I think we're going to see a push coming out here from Radiant, because they've got a big doubled up creep wave, plus the Wolves. Nice dazzle heal going down there to clear off the Dire creep wave. And we've got a TP coming in from Lion. The Lion is cancelled. I don't think it was intentional. It was an extra long TP for some reason. Howloon getting harassed off by creeps, but there's still creeps here to tank it for the Lycan. And that's tier 1 down.
Yeah, it looks like Morphlin's going to be going Midas as well. It's a good point from Vengeance on the stats.
He went Treads first. That's an interesting choice. Midas and Treads. Are you sure? He's at 2,000 gold. If he was going Midas, he'd have it by now. Wow, a big initiation on mid. Hold that. Ray missing with the Earth Spike, but nice job to stop the chase. Shrapnel being popped behind the trees to give the Dire some vision. Howloon sitting up in a fairly interesting space up here. How does he even get here?
Oh, there's a path. There's a path.
Oh, there's a path. Oh dear, spotted out though by Giant Midget. Caught out. He still eats the Earth Spike from Ray down on the bottom. Giant Ravage coming out there from Conewolf, and Clockwork is finished. Skywrath gets out even with Assassinate with the help from that Shallow Grave, but going to be finished off there by Psionic Lord, and True God just desperately trying to provide some covering fire here. This will be a huge kill if they can get it. The Lycan Wolves harassing Ray at the back there. Shrapnel slow goes down. Morphling misjudging the waveform, but still getting decent damage down on this Shadow Fiend. It's a big dive now though. They're calling it off. Nope. Sniper gets it.
Had no levels in Gush. So close to him getting out there.
That second point in Kraken Shell maybe should have gone to Gush.
Yup.
I don't know why I opened that fight recap, but they're still chasing this Dazzle as Conewolf catches him on the backside. Oh, but a big initiation there. Giant Midget catching out the Silencer, getting a quick kill there over by the Radiant Ancients, and Dazzle manages to make it out as well. 2 to 4.
Any slow or stun, get a value point. You really got to do it, because just that little bit of lockdown would have given them 2 more kills. One of them they ended up getting, but they kind of had to trade the silencer for it. They had to extend so deep.
Have a quick look at your have a quick look at the XP graph. The gold graph catching up a little bit further behind it, but the XP graph, that entire lead is just gone. All the benefit of that stacks, all that careful planning early game.
Faster. You're right. That is true. They're farming faster.
That is true. But Morphling will have his Morphling not going Midas. We've got Yasha coming out as well as the rest of his magic stick. Not entirely sure why they waited that long, although he wasn't really struggling against the clock. And his farm's decent. I mean, he's second on the CS chart.
He also chose to go for to not get the Lincolns, despite the fact that Skyraz Silence is definitely their best tool against him. Kind of their only real single target tool, beyond maybe a Dazzle Slow or something. But so I guess the Lincoln skip does make sense. But that means Skyraz is still pretty relevant against Morphling.
That's very true. Very true. I mean, do you think? No, you don't really see BKB morph, do you?
You do sometimes, usually in the later game. He's one of those heroes that likes to buy it for the late game team fights, because he
that might be the plan.
A lot in the early game.
That might well be the plan.
Yeah, if Skyrise gets a 4-staff though, he can definitely get picked off.
Big rotation from Radiant up here on top lane as Shadow Fiend leads a charge against this last side lane tier 1. Psionic Lord coming up to offer the defense, backed up by Silencer. Do you think they've got a chance here with Giant Midget on the Clockwork looking for the hook shot?
They definitely, this is definitely a fight for the Radiant here, and if he gets this hook,
and Howloon and Giant Midget, the ambush buddies.
Silencer's gonna see him. Silencer's gonna die.
If only they knew it. There we go. He spots him out. There's pings. Psionic Lord being brought low. The wave forms through aggressively onto True God, who's brought down, and Lion as well, finishing off the Skywrath Mage. Where was Clockwork?
Clockwork needed to just go on the Skywrath when he saw him.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think they would have lost the fight, but I think they could have maybe got the kill on the Morphling or the Skywrath. Engagement could have gone a bit differently, but the great rotations in there from the Lion as well, I think made the difference.
Tidehunter's going to get his blink here at a great time thanks to some good ancient stacking, another good point from Vengeance. Oh, Gimli's a little bit in trouble here.
Yeah, he is. X has already gone down though, and there's no mana drain, and there's no mana for Earth Spike. Good initiation here from Giant Midget. He's going to finish off Howloon, but being brought low by Cenarius, but the Lycan has arrived in the fight. And Cenarius is being brought solo, but Gimli's got less than 250 health as it is. Brought solo and almost killed off. Killed off finally by Assassinate coming out from the Sniper, who's still really low, but making his presence felt. Giant Midget, the captain, desperately trying to make another kill to make this worth it for his team. The Lycan Wolf tanking out the tower harass. That might just give him a chance on the Sniper if this one battery assault will go, and it does. But Giant Midget in real trouble now with Morphling coming in as well, and this is just how long. He's not going to make it out of this. He's keeping him busy though, and with a bottle charge, he's actually got enough mana for.
Oh, he doesn't have a TP?
He doesn't have a TP.
He's
got a juke, but do they know that? All he's got to do is stay hidden until they give up, but he can't manage it. He almost manages to get through that tree, but spotted out and finally finished off. Long time that Dire spent hunting him though. And let's have a quick look at these graphs. I'm gonna. You know what? Hold on the graph for 1 second. I'm going to switch over to net worth, because I think that might be where the action is. Alright, XP graph. Massively in favor of Riptide now. The aggression coming out from Radiant just now really not being worth it for them. On the golds, less of a change, but they have managed to pull into the lead. And David, any big thoughts on that? Actually, hold one, because True God is about to rip his ult off on this Lion, being brought hugely low, finished off by Razors, and True God almost killed. Gonna die if he can't get out of range before the shallow grave wears off. He can't. Finished off, I think, by shrapnel. Yes, it was. But Psionic Lord is deep down into the Radiant lines, finally silenced there by the Skywrath Mage. Nice ult coming down, and there's Giant Midget there with the battery assault and the cogs. Surprised Morphling didn't have a replicate out to just jump to, because I'm pretty sure the cast time on replicate jump is quick enough that battery assault wouldn't stop it. But Davidy, what do you think of this last little bit? Because whew,
I just don't understand why I never get to talk, Grumble.
Lots
really
of
hurts my
action. I'm
feelings.
sorry. You
No, I
you
don't.
you lead cast the next one, please.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. I mean, that last fight was kind of a bad trade, but this is the nice thing about this go a little greedy strategy. That, okay, so we got a not perfect trade, but we still got the one person we really wanted to kill. Fine. We got other cores. They got other people who can scale. Lycan cannot scale the way that the sniper and the Morphling are going to. The real problem this game is just going to be protecting sniper. If they can protect him, then he'll be fine. But when Lycan really gets going and he can just run at that sniper, then the sniper has to run away. He doesn't have a lot of choices. They're going to go on in middle.
Invis cog. Oh, where are the cogs? They go for the silencer, not the sniper. My gosh, interesting choice there from Giant Midget. And they're actually going to lose Axe on the back lines as well. Cenarius has Assassinate, if nothing else. Oh no, Shadow Grave's going to save. The hook shot misses. Assassinate coming out now, I think. Going to be enough to finish off the Skywrath Mage.
Midget. He had sniper.
He did.
He had him.
He really, really did. I guess what he might have been thinking. Oh, as we get action up on top.
Morphling kills the Shadow Fiend. Big deal.
But we do have an initiation coming out from Radiant. We've got Ray possibly caught out here by Gimli and Giant Midget. But Cenarius is here. The Weaver's gone down. Oh, but it's not. Meta needs to get Shallow Grave on himself as soon as he can. He's not going to get it, and that leaves Clockwork quite far out without the benefit of having a healer nearby. Nice cogs though, should see him safe. And now Dire pushing top.
Cogs.
Go on, you talk through the next one.
Okay, alright. So
Next team fight is yours.
Coming in here top. Yeah, you've been doing a lot. Morphling's going to go just farm the jungle up here, keep everything pushed back. Skywrath just starting off Wrath, but looks like this push is going to fizzle. Clockwork should be able to pull the wave off nicely. But they're still looking for. Here comes Haloon forward, just some mild harass. Ray definitely wants him, and they're going to just chip these towers and heroes down. They're going to go for the assassinate, but Clockwork has too much health. Yeah, not enough damage there. Clockwork already at 1300 health, and has picked up that casual cloak. Casual cloak. It's a good item. Casual cloak.
Against this team, yeah, definitely 100%. There's so much magic damage coming out. Whether you're just talking about the kind of passive damage of shrapnel, Morphling's waveform, or just, you know, finger, which is the real problem.
This is one of the better casual cloak games you'll find. I mean, the real question is, will he turn that into a pipe? What do you think, Grumble?
On the Clockwork, what does he have?
Probably not first.
He might, but not for a while, I hope. Missing the hook there on what was actually quite a packed field gives Conewolf the opportunity for a great Ravage. I'm sorry, David, you get the next one. Big initiation here on the Clockwork, who pops cogs. He gets graved as well, possibly a little bit early on the grave, especially with the heal available, which does land as well. Giant Midget does get spotted out by Conewolf, who blinks up to the secret shop. There's Assassinate as well, and that makes sure of it. 2 down for DNL. Metamorphosis running in for some very aggressive harass on this Tidehunter. But there are the cores, taking towers.
Tier 2 for 2 tier 1s? I think.
There's a second.
Yeah, Morphling has gone as a very quick man to here. Gone for it first, so probably going to play a relatively split push oriented build. Also gives them a way to clear that Skywrath silence, which, as we talked about, is really the one way they have to reliably kill him.
That's a very good point. That's a very, very good point. And I think that's probably the possibly the build they were going for, because it's such a wonderful counter to it as well.
Indeed. Why go Lincoln? You just get a Manta.
Roshan being
those
pinged
that are
out.
not familiar with the Morphling Manta interactions, what you can do, because the Manta illusions always use your stats, is you just turn your agility all the way up and then create illusions and have the creep wave tank them, and your illusions will hit very hard and very fast and push the wave very quickly and take towers.
It's a nice build, and the Yasha really, well, I suppose anything that was strength or agility would really add to that on a Morphling, but the Yasha being a good choice. More
Of course,
agi there.
remember that those added numbers that you get from stats cannot be morphed. So those you cannot use. You cannot buy.
Oh, is that right?
I
wasn't actually sure of that.
agility. Yes, yes.
Almost on the hook there from Clockwork.
Yeah.
And it does alert Dire to the fact that Radiant are in the area, but hopefully they'll think it's just the clock.
They can't do it with just these two.
Well, I'm assuming...
It'll
reckon?
take a long time.
I think they
It'll
can.
take a long time. Oh wow, it's good. Okay, I'm wrong. Oh, they popped weave. I missed that. Okay, they're pinging. Oh, they see the courier walking!
Oh, wow.
Oh no! Lycan!
Oh
Gimli.
dear, and Sniper dropping a shrapnel in, Lion walking in with a giant finger there to finish off the Dazzle. Gimli left without any heals, finished off by Assassinate, and Giant Midget trying to phase people out, but not going to have much luck with it. He's going to be able to walk away with no mana, and Dire are just going to go in and take that Roshan. Cenarius is smiling.
And I got a good point from Vengeance. It looks like Shadow Fiends has gone for the more recent Yule's build after the Midas. Definitely feels like he needs some type of early presence because his team is in trouble.
I like it. I haven't seen it. I haven't actually seen many games with that kind of thing. Oh, initiation going down on the Clockwork.
Every DAC game was
the reversal, as I said, did not catch the DAC. Shrapnel spotting him out. There's Tidewolf. There's a Tidewolf.
Shouldn't use the global, but
Conewolf there with the
about to die.
anchor smash as well. So is this GG, or do you think there's a comeback plan?
No, it's GG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. No split push Lycan.
97%. 98%.
Radiant structures have been fortified.
About 98%. I mean, I don't know. I gotta say, like, it's interesting as well because I haven't seen True play for quite a while, and he's one of my kind of core Shadow Fiends guys to watch to see how to play the hero. So it's interesting to see he's gone for the Yules as well. Christ, I wish I watched more DAC.
You should have, mate.
I should have. Yeah, I should have.
True, I believe has both invisibility and DD rune on him.
He does. A DD about to wear out, but he might just try it on Cenarius here. He's got Dazzle coming in to support. The Yules goes down. He's dropping off the... Oh, not quite enough damage. He's going to need a raise or two, but they finish him off.
Yeah, with the Yules and a DD, when it's an Invis and a DD, that type of luck, it's like, well, someone's going to die.
The DD didn't take part in that fight. Not at all. I think what actually made the kill was the, and this is going to sound strange, obviously the Shadow Fiend did all the damage, but the slow coming out from the Dazzle actually allowed the razors to land. Conewolf and Ray here, possibly a little bit too far forward. Nice blink out there from Conewolf. Gimli though, ready to come in. Ray dead? Alright, we'll leave that one then. He's got slowed, he's got silenced. I don't think he can survive this. He's walking straight into a Skywrath ult. I don't think the path he took actually shortened the route through it at all, either. Nope. It was walk straight into the middle and then straight out. It doesn't matter which way you go. By that time, you may as well walk forward.
He realized what was happening a bit too late.
And yeah. Well, what do you think now? Is it GG?
I'm shocked that this happened. I don't understand why Dire was so aggressive in defending their tier 1. I feel like that was a huge mistake.
Has Ravage just come off cooldown, or was there no mana on the Tide? Oh, and they've got a big initiation on Cenarius, exactly the guy they need to get. That's another sniper kill, and Howloon as well. Caught out and mana drained as soon as he lands. Psionic Lord on the Morphling does manage to pick off Skywrath Mage. Wants to go for more kills. Chasing down Metamorphosis, who is silenced. Can't pop Shadowgrave, but looks like Psionic is going to be finished off as well. There's the Yules, and I think True is just waiting for a chance to raise here. Did he morph strength during the Yules?
Yeah, you can do that.
Does that go on? Well, wow. That just...
Psionic.
Oh, and the Aegis is still up. I did not realize that. Well, quick pop back then on Psionic Lord. He's going to hunt down True God. He's waiting for waveform. It is up. Oh no, he's going to go back on Gimli and Giant Midget. The Hex goes down. Ray coming in here to try and help out. And there's Ravage as well. I was wondering when we'd be seeing that. Gush is used. Gush is used.
Alright.
And 4 for 1.
They should have killed the Shadow Fiend there.
Oh, the Lycan Wolves almost finish off Ray. Let's have a quick look at that fight recap, because that was a biggie. Morphling dishing out huge damage there for the Dire, and it was actually the Clockwork who beat out the Shadow Fiend on damage that time. Shadow Fiend, of course, not having his ult off cooldown, couldn't use it for that fight, but still, Clockwork, what a hero. And yeah, your thoughts,
Late
David?
Medallion from Dazzle. Late Medallion, but oh, sorry, totally unrelated. I don't know. I mean, that was still a really good series for the Dire. Really, really good, and Shadow Fiend got out in the end, which is all that really matters. So...
For the
I think
Radiant?
the Basher from Gimli. I'm sorry, for Radiant. God,
Right, okay. Good series for the Radiant. Shadow Fiend got out.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Shadow Fiend got out. That's what matters. I mean, they're kind of back in the game, but it's weird. They're now definitely behind. I think that they really need to focus more on protecting Cenarius. It's a fact that the Clockwork just grabbed him as soon as he TP'd in. He's gonna keep doing that unless they have a plan to protect him. They need to plan each fight. Like, how are we gonna keep Cenarius right-clicking?
Well, Tide just finished off his pipe.
That'll help.
So I think he could be the guy to go in first. Oh, and Cenarius cursing the fact that there's no longer a stun on headshot. That would have got them a kill on Shadow Fiend. Easy peas.
True has really garnered a reputation for himself as a TP outer. He is considered the pro TP outer.
Too pro for show. Net worth, interesting. Shadow Fiend leading the count right now at 12,000, more than about 1,300 above the Morphling, who's the closest behind.
Midas is Midas.
Midas is Midas, but Morphling has Midas. No, Morphling. No, he doesn't. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused between the things that he did and didn't do that we talked about. Never mind. Don't mind me. Lots of dewarding coming out from both teams down here on the Ancient, but the wards, I think, are probably going to expire before Roche actually arrives. So yeah, you know, it's great to control the area in advance, but you know,
that new Radiant ward won't.
Nope, the obs I like. The sentries, though, I'm just thinking of maybe a little bit. Although, of course, you know, oh, brilliant hook there coming out from Giant Midget. He does immediately eat the finger, but the finger that means is down, and Lion gets finished off. And it looks like Midget is going to be able to make it out alive. He gets a heal from Dazzle. Ravage going down on mid. Obviously, Dire feel they got a good initiation here. Skywrath goes down on nothing, and Axe is finished off, I think, in the end. No, by Silencer. Clockwork popping the cogs to try and cover the team. I don't think it was needed, and it's going to get him killed. Yules goes down on Tide, but True can't fight the whole team by himself. He can try, though, apparently. Oh, he's got a haste rune? You can't really tell.
No, you can't, but he does.
Yeah,
you can tell because he runs fast as...
That's a good point coming out there from Vengeance. We are going to be seeing the Ethereal Blade out on this Morphling soon, and already Meta is suffering from the initiation that he can dish out. True looks for the ult. Gets the BKB off, and wow, that's almost a dead Howloon. It is a dead Howloon. Psionic Lord being brought low, and Cenarius taking so much damage from all these right clicks, with Gimli and the ult popped going in there as well. Has he got Basher? I think he has. Yes, that's great.
No, no! You're crazy!
True in trouble. He uses up, but I can't see a way out of this for him, and he's down. Axe comes back in. Big mistake. Drops the ult, hoping to kill the Morphling, but it's not going to be enough. Maybe with these Lycan wolves. No, not when he's morphing strength. There's no way.
Oh, Clockwork wants this Lion. Yeah.
Good stun.
But what's he gonna do? What's the plan, Ray? There will. Blocked by the wolves. Well, at least he's waiting.
No, it was blocked by the creep wave. They walked in front. Howloon calls it, but yeah, that's a no. Only the captains can call. That's the rule.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh yes, nice force stuff there coming out from the Clockwork. Does manage to catch Ray in what was an absolutely amazing hook. That's my favorite hook of the game, I think. TP's coming out here from Dire to try and keep the mid tier 1 alive, or at least get it in deny range, which is what they're going to have to go for, because it's going to go down in a second. Deny it, fools! Deny it! There we go.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Good job. Do get some flare harass coming in on mid, which actually is just going to reveal where the where Giant Midget is coming from. He gets the Ethereal Blade combo, the first of the game, I think, and there's going to be an Assassinate to finish it off. I don't know if it was even needed, but Psionic Lord being brought hugely low here by True. The BKB pop makes the Ravage pretty much useless. Does manage to catch the Dazzle on the fringe, but he wasn't involved in the fight yet. And now Cenarius in trouble as Gimli bashes him down.
Gotta protect your sniper.
Clockwork for sniper, that's worth it. Oh, and Gimli's found Psionic. Gimli's found Psionic, and he does have a bash. Psionic really needs to get in the habit of having some replicates out here, but the TPs in from Dire are going to force Gimli back.
I believe he already used the replicant, I'm not sure.
Oh, did he? Understood.
I'm not sure.
A great game so far.
Shadow Fiend going for Scotty.
Oh, nice. Negative earn down on Conewolf, so he can't blink out. but they don't choose to go on him. Radiant also, you know, hasn't really been a factor, but they're winning on towers, and that's significant anytime you're against a big pushy hero who, with the right situation, could just get Arax by themselves in under a minute. You know, if a team fight goes badly and Lycan's not involved, and Lycan can then somehow get out onto one of the lanes when it's pushed, that'll be a lot of objectives taken. As Morphling goes down on Metamorphosis, who does manage to get the Shallow Grave off. The Skyra, I thought, was again popped for nothing, and I think Axe and Meta are both going to go down here. Constant use of Midas. Shadow Fiend will require his Skadi in about 31:15. That's pretty much now. And
Yeah,
again,
and
pretty
Drew
much on the
had
average
another
time.
GD rune there. He's been farming with a lot of luck and a lot of skill.
It's fierce. These Lycan Wolves spotting out the dire aggression. And what's True up to up there on top lane? I think he's mainly just trying to push, farm. I think they're going to sack this tier 2.
they're
They
gonna
can't do
have to
much
lose
without
this tower.
Dazzle and Skyra.
And
Without
you keep the
one-
main creep alive.
Radiant's
Oh, they have another creep.
structures have been fortified. Radiant's middle tower
Oh,
is
what?
being
Where is those
attacked.
codes? Oh, spotting out Conewolf. Good job there from Midget, as Cone now left without mana for much.
They really need to bring sentries to these pushes so they can see the wolves coming.
Hmm.
They've had numerous issues with it.
Tide coming out to disrupt this Shadow Fiend, who I think is thinking about going on him, but Morphling is rotating up there through the jungle
Morphling
as well.
should go ahead and start moving up there.
He's running out
No,
and
I'll
TPing.
just TP.
That's smart. Well, big initiation there from
Like it.
Conewolf. Manages to catch Howloon, but still caught under the gaze of Sniper.
Tower is
Gimli running around looking for a way to go. He needs to get on Sniper as soon as he can, but no, he's not going to find anything. So that was a bit of a wasted Lycan ult. But c'est la vie. And what is the next item here for True? MKB? BOT?
I mean, it depends on how he wants to do this. I think he's going to go for another fighting item. It could be MKB, could also be Daedalus.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a blink if he wants to start moving in that direction. I'm not really sure how he wants to handle it. His next item is really going to decide what their game plan is moving forward. If they want to go maybe AC or something, they could take Roche, focus more on taking objectives. If they wants to be a true damage dealer, he'll probably go Daedalus. If he's worried that Morphling's going to disassemble that Ethereal Blade by a Butterfly, he can go MKB.
As we get a
He's got a lot of options.
smoke into Roche from
Ooh, this
from
one's
Radiant.
risky. Sniper really should be shrapneling it, and he does.
Oh no, that one didn't show up. That one didn't show up for me. That latest pop up from Venge.
Yeah, Venge, I don't think it worked. You want to reset that one.
Can we redo that one?
Grumble, what do you think
They've
about
smoked back
Morphling
in. I was going to say they might just try and do this, you know. Just on the basis that Sniper will think, oh, well, I just shrapneled it. They smoked in again. Oh, Cenarius is going to...
there.
Nope, Cenarius
Oh
is
my
ancient
God.
farming. Well, they think it's been checked. It's a great part of
That's
human
not-
psychology. It's been checked, so it doesn't need to be checked.
They have all 5 heroes right here. If he takes
Yes.
this Roche,
They are going to
gotta
get
be the
initiated
worst
on
thing ever.
immediately. Psionic
Okay,
Lord
well,
rushing
here
in
they
there
come.
now. Nope, walking past. Oh my god,
Oh
this is
no.
hilarious. Shadow Fiend is just running distraction on the outside, and an initiation comes in from Cone. Oh, Cone has spotted out the Roche. They've realized now what's going on. They're waiting for a time to ravage. They get it, but True God is still living through it. Cenarius is finished off, so that's a lot of the damage of Dire. But the BKB is down on the Shadow Fiend. He's hexed. He's taking so much damage, and he falls. So after all that effort, Giant Midget there popping cogs, trying to make some space for Meta to get out, and I think they're going to be able to make it. But Shadow Fiend down for 80 seconds? Did he buy back earlier, or is he just... Oh, level 22.
no.
Never mind.
Midas is Midas.
My word. But that Roche, though, currently sitting on 2,000 health. I mean, I get that Shadow
I think
Fiend's
they
down
didn't
for a
realize
minute.
just how low it was, so they would have.
Oh, Psionic wants it, and they get it, but Psionic is low. Meta gets the weave down on the next wave, and quite a crowd. I can't believe no one's taking this Roche.
Can they force the Shadow Fiend buyback? I don't think they can. It's gonna be close.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Slightly
attack.
slow on the ultimate orb there on the
Don't care
Morphling,
either.
which I'm
I
assuming...
think he means this.
Oh, and a quick pause coming out from the from the Giant Midget. So, for anybody who is interested in the current score in the overall tournament, we have got. Well, this is going to be quite a key game actually. If Cone can win this, this will bring him up to 3 points, which will make him the only person who is tied with Gal. So that's big. He's playing for
Indeed.
tied first place. If Midget gets it, I don't think he's on the board yet.
This is his first challenge.
This is his first challenge, yeah. So you know, you don't have to win your first game to win the tournament. That's certainly true, but good time for him to get himself on the board. And I gotta say, despite GG being called a few times in this, and I do think that I have the advantage.
This is Dyer's game to throw.
Over.
Like if they don't
Yes.
check Roche after doing one shrapnel, that would be a throw.
Agreed. Agreed. And we've got the G calls coming out. Happy Valentine's Day as well, I suppose. Occurs to me to say to everyone on the stream, although it's not Valentine's Day anymore where I am, so never mind.
My lovely wife is not into Valentine's Day.
Oh?
So I'm not allowed to wish her a happy Valentine's Day.
Okay.
But she's great.
Dyer choosing not to go for high ground, so you were right, they weren't able to force that Shadow Fiend buyback, but they do grab that Aegis.
Don't think they could.
Put it on the Morphling. Would you have put it on the Morphling?
Yes, absolutely.
You wouldn't have put it on the Sniper. I think it needs to be on the
Too
Sniper.
squishy. By the time if he dies once, he's dying twice. Not Morphling. He's very elusive. He can get in and out. He has replicants, waveforms.
But that's my point. So Morphling, I think, should be able to deal without the Aegis. Sniper, I think, needs it, because he's getting initiated on all these fights, and his damage is being taken away before he can really contribute anything. But if they can have a fight where he contributes, it'll be huge.
I think if Sniper dies with the Aegis and respawn, he would just immediately die again. I don't think that'd make a difference.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You're assuming he's surrounded by the enemy team, not a fight that is still ongoing. Oh, interesting. Giant Midget here with an Invis rune. And this is a clockwork, so this is worth paying attention to. He's going to spot out there's multiple heroes mid. And they are going to look to go in on this, I think.
So perfect.
All of the heroes are coming in. He's going to try and go for it. Blink in, though, from Conewolf. And Midget really needs to make a play here at some point. Metamorphosis is going to go down. Shallow Grave already been used.
Oh, Giant Midget. Not certain what to do.
I can appreciate his dilemma there. But if I think it would have been Skyrath falling as well. And now he goes in.
But not enough.
And that's 3-0. That's, I think, that. They're farming up the damn cogs just for laughs. Shrapnel goes down, and that's just going to be now some right clicks from Cenarius. So this is a slow siege of dreams. Stun hits the wolves. Lol. The stun you see that? The stun hit the wolves. That's worth a mention. Since they were invisible at the time. And now they are dead, Morphling being 82 gold fatter.
Yeah, that's the Rax, boys.
I think it might be more than a Rax's. Oh, nice Yules there from True. That was very well played.
Get the stun, get the finger. Get the stun, get the stun, get the stun. No, the stun.
He's got to back off, and he didn't have mana. He did not have the mana for it. He's only just now regenerated mana for mana drain, and that's not a great place to be. But they're out. No casualties. Extra TP coming out here from Ray.
Yeah, he beat to the wrong
side. Just makes it out. He's going to eat that stun. Yeah. Dazzler had been there a little bit before. That was funny. That was like, out of all the buildings in the base that you can do an emergency TP to do the one that your teammate has just gone to.
The wave was pushing in there, so it was the expected TP location. But still.
Sure. Yeah, I just mean, even statistically, by pure random chance, you're more likely to get a Moonwell than the exact same one if you're clicking in the general area. I don't know. Or the tower would be the most logical one.
They both just their motor skills too fine.
Motor
Can't
skills,
help but click just right.
Motor skills OP. Motor skills win games.
Motor skills win games. That's good. I want the t-shirt.
It's true. Big map drawing going on for no reason as we see Dyer really peeking ahead on the graphs here. Have you had a look recently?
I'm scared, Grumble.
It's
I don't
big.
think I can handle it.
It's not as big as games I've seen turn around before.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's big compared to relatively. There's been a big spike recently compared to how it's been going throughout the entire game. That was a
Look
big.
Look at all the kills in the last 5 minutes or the last 3 minutes for the. And nothing for the Radiant.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Psionic coming in from the back lines manages to seriously disrupt this Radiant aggression, and they're going to finish off 3 just right off the bat. That was almost too fast to notice. I thought there was going to be some messing around at the tier 2, some maybe something to keep an eye on depending on what the Tide could do, but it was Morphling. Comes round from the back, stuns, kills Skywrath, and that's the opening they need. So they're going down mid. Do you think they just go Rax? Sorry, go for the throne? Because if they don't finish the game, True will take their top.
Yeah, just push. Silencer is there to slow him down, but they can just take the game. There's no way they can defend.
Looks like
There's
that's
no buybacks.
True God goes, picks something up from the shop, and then just TP's home. So it looks like they might try and fight this now with Silencer back at the base. And oh no, they pulled. Well, GG, well played. Silencer drops the ults. Doing huge damage. Ray being brought down, but I don't know if Lion's the target he needs. Finished off by Cenarius there on the back line, who can just right click to his heart's content. And it's Gimli who's chasing down Conewolf. As you pointed out in the draft, he's not going to be slowed by the sniper harass. And there's an assassinate coming out now. If Cone can just get one anchor smash, there it is. And the GG goes down. Well played to Dyer there. A second win for Cone. And that puts him up to
third win.
3 wins. Tied with Gal in first place in the King of the Hill tournament. Excellent job. Oh. Many thanks to Vengeance. I love having a stats map. It's absolutely
great job, Vengeance. Excellent job.
And yeah, David, any last words before we round off?
Riptide stack too strong.
That Riptide stack.
Rip, 4 plus Cenarius. Cenarius plus 4. However you want to do it.
Either way round, that is a very powerful combo. Would you have drafted slightly differently as Dyer? Would you make if you could make one change draft-wise to turn it around?
As Dyer or Radiant?
As Dyer.
Dyer won.
Wait, no,
so...
I mean Radiant. Derp. This has been the game for that.
I would have drafted either an Initiator, that can
Ray
also
King, you mentioned,
like a tanker, someone tanky, or I think I don't know, the manager, whatever. But so tanky Initiator, or someone who's going to outscale the sniper.
Yeah, interesting. I'm still trying to work out who that would be, but yeah, many thanks to David and of course to Vengeance as well doing the stats. Hope everybody's enjoyed tuning in. I don't know if we're going to be doing a next one, so I'll put it on the Be Right Back screen in a sec.
I think we're going to close it off for tonight.
All right. Well, it's been good. It's been fun. Many thanks to everybody for tuning in, and please do like, follow, subscribe, and you can come take part in the next one as well, because anyone can play in these lobbies, and if you get drafted on a team, you're on the team. So GG, well played to the teams, and have good games yourselves, guys. And it's a good night from me, and it's good night from Davey. We get a good night. It's good night from Davey.
It's not a good night. Have a bad night, everyone.
Okay. Have a bad night.